Hello everyone, welcome back to G&J Exploring. In today's video we continue our trip in Tromso in the north of Norway. Starting off day 3 we take a bus to the cable car station outside of Tromso and head up to the top of the mountain where we spend a couple of hours wandering around in the snow, getting slightly blown over by the very strong wind and having a nice time in the cafe. We then head back down the mountain, go visit a cathedral before walking across the bridge back to Tromso and visiting the city centre again. That evening we go to see some reindeers, have another lovely view of the Northern Lights and learn a little bit about the local culture. On our final day we do a whale tour with the Brim Explorer company and get very lucky and see quite a few whales out in the sea. All in all, the trip to Tromso was excellent. Juliet and I had a really wonderful time and we would recommend it to anyone who wants to go visit. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoy the video. It's a new day and after sleeping for about 11 hours, we must have been very tired after our Northern Lights tour. We are out and about. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, which is quite early for us on holiday. And we are today going to be going to the other side of the fjord, sea, inlet, over to where the cable car is over there. And we're going to be going up to the top of that mountain where there's a cafe. And then we'll be walking back over to this side of Tromso, going possibly via the big new cathedral on the other side as well. So first step for us is going to find a bus. So we've bought our bus tickets, which we had to do with an app called Troms Billet, and they're very reasonably priced. That's not our bus, we're after a 28. So we're going to go find this bus stop, which I think is just down here, and then hopefully we won't have too many issues getting to the other side of the water. So we're now on the other side of the water and we have a nice view around us. We have a naval ship down there in Tromso on the harbour side, and we are now here at the cable car station just to the side of us. It's quite hard to get the bus here directly, but we got the 28 from Tromso almost in and walked the last little bit. It's not too far at all. And now we're here at the Gelheisen, or cable car station, and hopefully there's not too much of a queue to get in, although it does look like there might be a bit of a queue. So we've got the cable car up, which was nice and straightforward, not too much waiting around, and here we are on top of the mountain. And a very impressive view it is. It was a bit pricey getting up here, about £50, but I think we're worth it actually now that we're up here. It is a much more impressive view than we expected it to be. And here we are now, walking across the hilltop, mountain probably, having a look at the wonderful view all around us. So Juliet's here, looking a bit chilly. I don't think she's having a very good time at all. But if we walk over here, I think we're going to get a very, very good view. I'm not sure how much you're going to be able to hear with all the wind, but hopefully you'll be able to hear something at some point. And here we are, look at that view with the pink skies, the mountains and the moon behind. Very, very impressive. If I stand on this rock, we got that view there, and spinning around we have Tromso Island down there, and spinning around more we have the cable car station, and we have the top of the mountain up there. But to be honest, that is a really, really impressive view. So I have deposited Julie in the cafe behind us because it's feeling a bit cold, and it is cold out here. But I am taking the opportunity to walk up to the sort of first level of viewpoint, which is just up there. Won't be heading to the main peak because it is a lot further away than it seems. But that first little viewpoint, I think we can get to without too much trouble. So I am now at the stone cairn, which is as high as I wanted to go up the mountain, and we do have a wonderful view. We've got Tromso there, but spinning round we have a wonderful sunrise over the mountains in the distance. Now you can walk further around this, you could even go to the top, but I'm not going to be doing that because I definitely do not have the right gear for that sort of expedition. All I am going to do is walk down here a little bit to where it's stony, and I'm going to see if I can get a nice panoramic view of Tromso all around us. And it looks like the snow's going to drop off just enough that I can. I'm not sure how much of this you can hear, but hopefully a little bit. But either way, if I stand on this rock here, you should get a wonderful view out across the landscape. So the red cable car has gone down after a little bit of a wait. It seems like they're, well, they are both on the same cable effectively, so for one to go down, the other one really needs to come up. But the yellow one is coming closer towards us. You might be able to see it down there. And I think very soon it's going to get here. We'll be on that, there'll probably be a bit of a wait, and then we'll be heading down to the bottom. Hopefully we'll get a bit of the view as we go down, and then we'll be walking to the cathedral and then back across the bridge. So let's wait for the cable car to get here, and then we will head down the mountain.
De Teresita, ¿quién estamos aquí? Hola. Nadie dice.
No hay nadie de aquí.
La gente no sé qué está sorda.
La gente no toma posibilidades.
Ya, a ver.
Qué barbaridad. Oh, miren qué lindo. Miren la vista.
No, pero hay que
Puede ser la última que
ir diciendo los nombres para que sepan quién falta.
Miren lo que es eso. Que se está escondiendo el sol.
¿Cuántos ya vamos a estar igual para bajar? Creemos que no hay nadie más de nuestro grupo.
So we're back down the mountain now. Juliet will have done a little video in the cable car we'll show. There's a lot of Spanish people in there, so it was very noisy. But we had a good time there. You can just see where the restaurant is at the top. And now we'll be walking along here a little bit to the cathedral, which we'll go into and have a look around. We are here at the front of the church. I think Juliet said it's something like the Northern Lights Church, something along those lines. But unfortunately, there is a funeral inside, so we cannot go in, which is, well, not good, but I don't think there's too much to see in there, really. But if I come out here a bit, you have a nice look at the view. So we're going to walk across the bridge, probably get a decent view of the scenery around us when we're out there. If we look, we have the view out across the water. Very pleasant, and if we spin round, we have the church looking very impressive here in front of us. So we are now walking across the bridge. It's a little bit noisy, but pleasant enough, very interesting being able to walk across. And if we spin round, we can see the cathedral back down there a little bit. And coming back and looking out at the view, which is really why we're here. It is a great view. We have the view out over the water. We are down off the bridge, and unlike the previous time we came in to the town where we went along the harbour, we're now walking down the pedestrianised street here in the centre of town. And apparently this is where we should always have come. This is where the main hustle and bustle of the town is, and it does look very pretty with all the lights on. So we have finally found the church here in the heart of Tromso. So this is Church Park with a very nice church in front of us. And from what we can tell, this is sort of the very centre of Tromso. Not sure how we managed to miss it the whole day yesterday, or day before yesterday, but we did. But we do have this very nice view of the church in front of us. And this is pretty much it for the day. It seems very late, but it is only about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to go head back to the hostel, hotel place we have now, and we will be then going out in a little bit later on today, and we'll be going to go see some reindeers on a tour. So we will see you in a little bit. So on our way back home, we have found a unusual tourist attraction, at least for us. So we are now under the mountains. I think I said in a previous video that to get from the airport to the city centre, you take this sort of underground road network they have through the mountain. But we were told by our guide for the Northern Lights tour there's also a car park down here, and we found our way in, and we just have this monstrous car park here under the mountain, and it looks super duper impressive. Just being under a mountain and seeing this massive open space. There's streets and there's everything. Really cool. So it looks like they've dug this straight out of the rock, lined it and then put spray concrete all over it. But there are some areas of rock which have just been left unfinished. And there we go. Not your normal tourist destination, but very interesting to see. So we are back out and about. It's the evening. We've been at home a couple of hours and had to pack some stuff up, but my cousins have arrived here in Tromso, and now we are doing a Tromso Arctic reindeer tour where we get to go dragged around by some reindeers, and at some point we get to eat them as well. So we've had our brief orientation, and now we've found some reindeer. Hello Mr. Reindeer. You might be able to see the reindeer there, and there's some slightly better lit reindeer, and now we get to go in our reindeer train and see what we find in this snowy field. So we've switched to Juliet's iPhone to get some hopefully reasonably good video of our reindeer tour with the Northern Lights all around us. And it really is very spectacular. So we've got the Northern Lights all over our head, looking super impressive. Over there we have the reindeers sitting down and having some snacks, and we're just here being dragged along by our slightly rogue reindeer with the Northern Lights over our heads. So we are back on the iPhone, and we are now walking through a herd of reindeer, and they're just sort of chilling out. The lady told us not to let them poke you in the eye with their antlers, and I can certainly see why. But we've just got reindeer standing around. It's actually quite cool. Quite cool just seeing reindeer. Look at the horns on that one. Wouldn't mind having him on the wall. So yeah. Just wandering through here, looking at the reindeer. I think Juliet's going to go get some reindeer snacks to feed them. I've got a couple following me because they think I've got snacks. This reindeer wants to eat me, I think. There we go. Thousands of reindeer here in the snow. Quite cool to see. And we still have some Northern Lights over in the distance and all above us. So we now have some reindeer snacks, and Juliet and my cousins are feeding the reindeer. Apparently my bucket's been knocked over by this chap here, and they're now going to have a fight over the remnants of my reindeer snacks. And here we have the Northern Lights up above us, and you'll be able to see, you can actually see them moving right here. I'm really not sure what this is going to look like on video, but right now you can see them moving in the sky. Really, really cool and impressive. They get lost in the cloud over there. If I spin back round, you can see the reindeers here and the northern lights in the sky above. And there we go. Look at that super cool northern lights there above the clouds. So we've escaped from the cold and we are now in a hut with a load of people eating some dinner. So we've had some salmon already as a starter, and now we have some reindeer stew. You'll be pleased to know this is not one of the reindeer we found outside. This is in fact a reindeer from further north, but we're going to see how it tastes right now. So we are now heading back to the bus. We've had our cultural experience with the singing and the fire pit in the tent, and now we are heading to another cultural experience of the gift shop. But once we've done that, we'll be heading back to Tromso, heading back to the Airbnb, and then tomorrow we'll be on a whale tour, so we will see you then. It's a new day and we are now out on the water, on the sea, or a fjord. So we've left Tromso at 8 o'clock in the morning, which is a bit of an early start, and we're currently on a boat of the Brim Explorer company, and we've got now a 3-hour trip up to the bit further north in Norway to hopefully see some whales. And we're just currently cruising along this very dark water at some decent speed, but for now, without the sun, there's not too much to see. So the sun has come up over the mountain in the distance, and we once again have this absolutely wonderful view. Now it is a bit choppy, I'm getting chucked around a little bit up here, but not too bad. You just got to hold on. And spinning around, you can see a bit of a boat and the wonderful view all around us. So if I try and get over here, it looks like we've changed direction, it's a little bit gentler now. You can see another boat in the distance over there. So after some very, very bumpy water in one of the fjords around here, we're going up and down and up and down. We are now getting close to where the whales are, and in fact we have just seen a whale. I saw a smaller whale breach the surface, a minke whale apparently, and it was pretty cool. It was a bit in the distance, but I did get a clear view. Didn't get the GoPro on it, but got a nice view of it myself. And now we're carrying on to the island, I think called something like Skelsvåg. I probably pronounced that terribly, but we're carrying on to this island where we will be hopefully seeing some more whales. So here we are back in Tromso after our very exciting tour. We've got this really nice shot of us going under the bridge here. So we have the church and the cable car. We were up yesterday. And we have the bridge we walked over, one of the other boats which does the Wales tours just to the side there. And in a little bit, probably behind this boat, we'll be going underneath. So we're at the airport and we're getting on the plane. It's been a fairly painless time here at the airport, and Juliet was very good and got us right at the front of the queue again. So we're having a great experience here, and we are on the plane on our way home. And I guess we will see you next time after our great trip here in Tromso.